Hello everyone, please contact Professor Robert for a sample or a customized paper of the following or any other assignment. ACCT19083, Corporate Governance and Ethics. Description: Assessment Tasks. 1 Written Assessment. Assessment Title: Individual Assessment Report, 30%. Task Description: This assessment item involves a written report on a contemporary topic based on one or more of the first 5 modules in this unit. The specific topic will be presented for you in Moodle in Week 1. The topic will require a critique of a particular scenario through the lens of one or more theories of ethics. In your report, you are expected to draw on a number of sources for information in your business report, such as textbooks, newspapers, magazine articles, and academic journals. A minimum of 3 academic journals should be used for your report. The CQUni library database is a good starting point. Wikipedia is not an acceptable source of information for academic purpose. You are required to answer these questions in the form of a report, in the following form: title page, table of contents, executive summary, introduction, report body, with a maximum of 2,000 words, conclusion, references. Assessment due date: Week 7 Friday, 4 September 2020, 11:55 p.m. Est. Return date to students: Week 9 Friday, 18 September 2020. This return date only applies to assignments submitted by the due date in time. Weighting: 30%. Assessment criteria: You will be assessed on quality of your scholarship, 80%, quality of your English expression, 10%, the readability, presentation of your report, 10%. Use APA style of referencing. Referencing style: American Psychological Association 7th edition, APA 7th edition. Submission: Online. Submission instructions: Submission must be made by the secure upload facility in Moodle. Learning outcomes assessed: Apply the fundamental principles of business ethics and corporate governance in a range of contexts. Given a case study, analyze ethical decision-making issues at the individual, group, and organizational levels. Practice ethical decision-making using appropriate strategies and models in a given context. Discuss and debate business ethics in a culturally diverse global environment. Construct and defend a position for a given ethical problem based on values and knowledge of ethical behavior across cultures. Graduate attributes: Communication, cross-cultural competence, ethical practice. 2 Group discussion. Assessment title: Group discussion, 10%. Task description: Group presentation. This assessment item is a study group exercise. Each member of the group will find 3 academic journal articles that are relevant to the topic provided for assessment item 2. Each member will either present to their group during set group discussion time in class, or if a distant student, uses the group discussion facility provided on Moodle, to summarize each article for the group, and provide a properly formatted reference list for the 3 articles to the group, in APA format. Once all members have presented their 3 relevant articles to the group, each member of the group is free to use any or all of the articles presented by the group in their individual submission for assessment item 2. The organization of groups. Groups will be self-selecting and will consist of no more than 4 students each. On-campus students will have the first 4 weeks of term to organize themselves into groups which must be within the same class. The local lecturer will be able to help students find groups. The local lecturer will also advise the unit coordinator about the numbers of groups in their classes and the membership of each group. Distant students will be able to liaise with the unit coordinator to help find a group. An online discussion and collaboration space for distant students will be provided in Moodle in Week 1. This will enable them to find fellow distant students willing to team up. All students will submit their properly formatted reference list using the secure submission link provided in Moodle. All students will then use the same link to assess the contribution of each member of the team. Assessment: This assessment item is worth 10% overall. This will consist of 6% for the quality of your presentation and reference list, as assessed by your team members, and 4% will be for the quality of your participation and review of your team members' contributions. Assessment due date: Week 5 Friday, 14 August 2020, 11:55 p.m. Est. You will upload your literature review sheet and reference list into the secure link provided in Moodle, then review the contribution of your team members. Return date to students: Week 6 Monday, 24 August 2020. Weighting: 10%. Assessment criteria: You must be present and actively engaged in the scheduled presentation. Your local lecturer or tutor will assess the presentation and award marks on the basis of the following criteria. 1. Quality of research as evidenced by the properly formatted reference list. 6 marks. 2. Quality of contribution to the team. 4 marks. Referencing style. American Psychological Association 7th edition, APA 7th edition. Submission. Online. Group. Learning outcomes assessed. Apply the fundamental principles of business ethics and corporate governance in a range of contexts. Given a case study, analyze ethical decision-making issues at the individual, group, and organizational levels. Practice ethical decision-making using appropriate strategies and models in a given context. Discuss and debate business ethics in a culturally diverse global environment. Construct and defend a position for a given ethical problem based on values and knowledge of ethical behavior across cultures. Graduate attributes: communication, teamwork, cross-cultural competence, ethical practice. 3 written assessment. Assessment title: individual assessment case study, 40%. Task description: individual written assignment. Assessment requirements: this assessment item is made up of 2 parts. Both parts are based on 1 or more case studies. For Part A, you are required to answer 4 short answer questions based on a given case study. Each question will be worth 5 marks, giving a total of 20 marks for Part A. For Part B, you are to use your research and knowledge gained from the study of this unit to make recommendations on how an organization involved in this case study could 1. Design and implement an ethics program that would address the issues reported in the case, and/or 2. Apply an ethical decision-making approach to achieve better outcomes. Part B is worth 20 marks in total. What will be provided for you? 1. During week 10, the case study and a study guide will be posted on Moodle to help you prepare for your assignment questions. 2. A MS Word template document will also be provided in Moodle on Monday of week 10. This is a sample of the answer document you will use to submit your responses to Part A and Part B. Submission details. Although this is an individual written assignment, you should treat this as a take-home exam. The due date time provided for this assignment is absolute. If you miss the due date time deadline and you do not have an approved extension, you will not be able to submit. If you are unable to submit in this period through illness or because of some family emergency, you will be able to apply for an extension in the usual way. You will be given details of a deferred assessment item with a different submission period. You will be given different questions to answer, and you will have only 1 week to answer them. The deferred assessment will be granted only in cases of emergency, and the submission facility will shut at the due date time. All students will have the same amount of time to prepare for this assignment. The questions in the deferred assessment will be different to the standard assessment. Assessment due date: week 12 Friday, 9 October 2020, 11:55 p.m. The submission date and time are absolute. The submission facility will close at this time. You will not be able to submit after this happens. Return date to students: this assessment item will be returned to students after final grades are certified. Students will be notified by email on their assessment release. Weighting: 40%. Thanks for watching.